What's up, guys? M. Jones back in the house again for another in-theater review. I got my right-hand man to my left right now, my boy JimBob.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, fine.
Okay.
So we just got back from seeing the very first showing at the theater of Sausage Party. I was fully excited for this movie. I really thought it was going to be a great movie, and I was absolutely right. It was absolutely hilarious. What did you think?
I was laughing a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, for anyone that knows anything about this movie, don't take it seriously because they don't take it seriously,
No.
and that's what makes it great.
Right. I thought it was a very clever, witty kind of movie. Very creative with how they use the food and how they associate it with other foods like peanut butter and jelly, for example. I don't think this is a video where we want to keep it real long. It's kind of a short and sweet kind of movie. The movie's very, very quick. It's very like an hour and a half, if that. So I don't want to say too much. I'll just say it's really funny. Don't take shit too serious. Go into it just whatever. It's a fun ride. It was very funny, as in creative stuff. Like there was so many like one-liner parts that I thought was real funny. There was one part that Bill Hader's character says that I don't want to ruin for you, but it was so funny. And he talks about something with homosexuals. It's nothing derogatory towards homosexuals. It was just very funny. So I think everybody will like it. And that also reminds me, if you get offended by anything,
Don't go to this movie.
Don't go to this movie because they don't give a shit about your offense.
Here's the thing: it's an equal offense towards every religion, every race, every sexuality.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hilarious.
You're gonna love it. Like there's so many cool ways they use the words of food and how they can portray like real life, animate objects. So I again, we're not gonna tell you any of them because it would ruin it because it was a fun surprise for us. But the movie was absolutely hilarious. I loved it. It's not Oscar worthy, but it's just hilarious. It's
just don't go in taking it like. First of all, leave the kids at home.
Kids are not there.
Yes, there were parts of the time where like, what's happening here? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, there is a part. I'd say about 7/8 of the film, so it's almost at the end that we're not going to ruin it for you, but shit goes down.
It's hilarious,
and everybody partakes.
Yes.
We'll say that. And we were just both sitting there like, dude, is this happening right now?
But I mean, everyone in the theater was losing it. It was just hilarious.
It was very creative. Again, I said the word creative 3 times. It was very creative on how the writers and how they made everything kind of interact. And so I'll just give you the quick plot. The whole thing is these food, all the food, they think that they're going to the great beyond. So they think once they get purchased or picked up by a shopper,
which is a god,
they're going to go to a great beyond and they're going to be happy. And it's nothing like that because obviously when you buy food, you bring it home. What do? You cook it, you eat it. So no longer is the food living. So they don't realize that until someone comes back. I'm not going to say who. Someone comes back, returned. There was a piece of food that was returned, and he or she warned everyone, do not go to the great beyond, it's bad. So they all kind of figured it out for themselves. And again, we can't say too much because it can ruin it.
Yeah.
But it really had a cool premise. It was very, very funny. I would say there's 2 or 3 lines in that movie that I will be saying to JimBob for the rest of my life. Because there are so many funny parts. But there's 2 or 3 lines that I laughed so hard to. And the one was done by Bill Hader twice, and it was so funny.
It was. That was probably the best one.
Yeah. It's so it's genius.
So I mean, we've talked about the positives. We both really enjoyed this movie. We went for what it was. We knew it was going to be hilarious.
Just to enjoy yourself.
Name something that you didn't like about this.
Something I didn't like. I'm not a musical person. I don't like music. I mean, I love music. I don't like musicals. I don't like, like Annie or Les Miserables. I'm not into that stuff at all. There was 2 music pieces that were funny lyrics, but it was kind of like a musical. I don't like music.
I thought...
I'm digging here because I really love the movie.
I mean, I thought they could... There's 2 things I was going to say. One, with the music, I thought this was a movie where they could have used more current, poppy music, and they used maybe 2 actual real songs.
Yeah, that didn't bother me too much.
I mean, and in a previous movie, Suicide Squad, they used it way too much. In this movie, I don't think it was used enough.
We don't bring up that movie.
Yeah. Again, we're digging. But then, also, from the previews, I thought a lot more of the movie was going to take place people's homes, like the kitchen.
Right, like Toy Story.
It was mostly the supermarket.
It was mostly the supermarket.
And that's not spoiling anything.
No,
but I mean...
3/4 of the movie's a supermarket.
But I mean, a lot of the trailer was almost every scene you saw in that person's house and the food's, being killed.
Right. So, I mean, obviously we're digging for negatives. That means it's a good thing. I definitely give it a thumbs up. Definitely got to see it.
What's your rating?
I rate it again. When I do ratings, it's like I try to go for a perfect movie, which is 100% or a 5 out of 5 or a 10 out of 10 or an A+. It's not an Oscar worthy movie, but for how fun it was, I give it a 4 out of 5. Like I really really liked it.
Yeah.
I definitely see myself buying it because I think my wife would like it. I don't think my kids will ever watch it until they're about 13 or 18. We'll figure that out.
Let's
when
go
time comes.
18.
We'll go 18.
18.
We'll go 18. Yeah, it was. I really loved it. I thought it was extremely clever, and you'll know what I mean when you see it. It was very creative, very clever, very witty. And there is a bad guy in the movie.
The douche.
Yeah, he was actually a douche.
Nick Kroll.
Nick.
He's also had another character when he was in Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
The guest for the douche. So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's funny.
He was hilarious.
Yeah,
I love Nick Kroll.
It's very funny. But yeah, so I'd say definitely go see it. I really liked it. What do you think? What's your rating?
My rating's pretty similar to yours. I'm just gonna go a little bit lower, 3.8. Wow, yes, I know, but I mean,
The hell's the 0.8?
I liked it.
Give me a reason now.
I liked it a
French is
little
off.
less than you.
Give me a
little
reason.
less than you.
I want 19 reasons right now.
19
Well,
reasons. I gotta
friendship's
go back
way
and
off.
make a list.
Minus 18.
So 3.8 out of 5 isn't bad. 4.0 out of 5 is not bad.
Love
So if you want to go for a laugh and enjoy yourself,
Yeah.
and just forget about everything
Yeah.
that's going on, go see Sausage
Yeah,
Party.
and here's another thing. If you take a chick to go see this movie and she doesn't like it, dump her.
That's a good.
Because you gotta
thing
have a
to
sense
say,
of you gotta have a sense of humor. If you get offended, just spare your time now. Just goodbye.
Agreed.
All right, you take it easy. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.